right, we're live. Welcome to Halfway Around the World with our guest speaker, Emma. She's from Spain. So Emma, kick it off. How did you like your? So she's an exchange student from Spain. She came to Canada, and how did you like your exchange year, and like how did you enjoy Canada, and what did you feel about Canada?
I love it, like because it like my exchange year, like it was really good. But well, I don't know how to talk. Okay, my English went bad from since I was in Canada,
No, it's all good. It's all good.
and
It's no worries.
so my exchange year was awesome. I met so much people, like these two guys, obviously, and so much people more. And yeah, like there have like been like really bad stuff also. Like for example, I changed of host family like three times because like they were all really bad host families. Like only not only for me, like for a lot of people. I think that Killian also changed of family. Like I don't know if it was because of something bad.
Yeah, yeah, I did change host family once, but not like because of anything bad. It was just like pre-scheduled, so all good. But I remember we were talking about it like for a
Yeah.
minute, I believe, like on our first episode, that the host family situation is actually not that easy. Like there's stuff happening, and I remember we were talking about that, how much
Yeah.
luck
Yeah.
I
Exactly.
had.
Right.
You remember, right? But we did talk about how some host families apparently don't treat their guests well and everything. So yeah, it's like interesting to hear it
Yeah,
from
no,
Emma that
like
it actually didn't
Yeah,
work
so
out like
like
three times
what
or four
happened what
times even.
happened like at the host families, and like what led you to change
yeah. So
houses?
my first host family, it was like one like it was only the mother, so it was one only one, and she was like really old. So and it was my host sister. She's German also, like Killian, and me. And it was really weird because she had like really a lot of changes. Like the whole time she was like 1 minute she was really happy, and the next second she was like super angry at me, like at me a lot. So like
Yeah.
in that house, like after 3 months of being there, we decided to run out. Like we really ran out of the house, and we ran out to the house of my friend, like she's Italian, and we stayed like there for 1 day. And later we were like literally homeless. Like I don't know if that's a word, okay, but we were homeless.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Oh my god, it
Oh
was
yeah,
really bad. We were
yeah,
like
I
really,
remember
really
that
sad
time.
and
Yeah,
everything. It was really bad. And later they put us like in an emergency house that they tell us, but because like the agency of the homestay, it was not really good control. Like no, and they tell us that we were gonna be in that house like only for maybe a week, and we stayed there actually like 1 month, like one whole month, until like the 1st of January we changed and they split us the houses. Like she went to one house and I went to another house, but in the third one,
And that's horrible because like you guys got that connection
no,
and
no,
you were
no, because
together
they
for a
tell us
while.
that we were gonna stay in the third house. We were gonna stay in the same house, and later the third family, they couldn't tell us like take us because of any I don't reason. I don't remember why. Like I think it was like a family reason, and we had to split. And they tell we were 1 month in that house that it was like not in good like conditions, so that two more people could stay there. And because it was no not like it was a small house for two more people, they were two brothers, and it was a single mother, and it was a really little house. So like to my host sister and to and me, it was really difficult to stay there. We couldn't study, we couldn't do anything, so it was bad.
let me just interlude here for a second. You told me like you changed host families on January 1st, so you had to spend New Year's at still like at the old house, which is oh man.
And we didn't have like confidence at all with the mother, so it was awful.
Yeah, and it's tough because like the whole thing coming to
Yeah.
Canada.
My battery is running out. It's like 2%.
Oh, it's all good. It's all good. Okay, okay. So like the whole coming to Canada thing, and then totally switching, like switching your life, switching everything, switching your friends. Like that must be difficult,
Yeah.
right?
Oh my God. No, because like my situation was more easy because I really wanted to go to Canada. Like I really did because
Yeah.
my situation in Spain in that moment wasn't like really that great. But like in Canada, like I wanted to go to Canada. But like later, coming back to Spain from Canada, that was really difficult for me. I don't know. Like
So you did you like when the time you were in Canada, you enjoyed it a lot,
yeah.
right? Did you like can you try and compare like Spain and Canada in any way? Like
Yeah, like for example, in school, like talking about school, in Canada, I didn't do anything, and in Spain, it's really difficult. Like, and I'm doing in here in Spain, I'm
yeah.
doing the arts classes, okay, and that they always say that is
Yeah.
like the most easy thing in Spain to do, and I'm doing it, okay, and but in Canada, I did less than I'm doing here.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't.
Oh, so the easiest thing from
Yeah.
Spain is like still harder
That's
than
crazy.
Canada, like in
Like
general
in Italy,
when
and
it
I don't
comes to
know
school.
if
All right.
Germany,
Yeah.
they're like it's like really more difficult than in like for example USA
Yeah.
or like in Canada. But that's right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. From the German perspective, it's the same totally. Like you cannot really compare it. Like still, Canada was pretty hard. Like I believe if you actually graduate, like 12
Yeah.
plus, the thing that you're doing right now, Zach, uh, it's not like you're being gifted like the graduation papers, right? But it is easier when you compare it to like European countries apparently, which is pretty interesting. Like I don't know why, but yeah, it's just like that.
Yeah,
It doesn't
maybe.
mean it's better though.
Yeah,
I
I
like the school
think
in Canada better. So
especially like
yeah.
where I am, the system's kind of not the best. Yeah, so Quebec's schooling is like a lot better than the rest of Canada's because like it has high school, then it has CEGEP, which is like college, and it's just yes, CEGEP, and
CJEP?
it's yeah, so it's
What does that
it's
mean?
like college for Quebec, right? And you can either graduate through college or
All
you
right,
can
okay.
continue on and go to university. Um, but most people, I believe, continue on university. But it's like that. It's the switch. I think when you're 17, you go to CEGEP, and it's like
Oh yeah,
it's
in
bait.
here in Spain we do the same, but it's called FP here in Spain.
Yeah, and it's basically like university it has the same setup and the same like values, right? Like you're there to learn and then you study at home and like all of that opposed to high school here where you can sit in class, not learn anything and somehow do well, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's more difficult and a lot like university, right? That you actually have to, you know, yeah.
Oh, really? Okay. Like it's more hands-on too, right? Like
I
more
know
practical stuff.
colleges, but I'm not exactly sure with CEGEP. Um but yeah, well my girlfriend
Yeah.
yeah, my
Well,
girlfriend's
if
in
it's upon the
CEGEP and
already,
she's like
yeah.
giving me a perspective. I'm like, oh my gosh, like it's kind
But
of
that's
crazy. Like
also
she does.
because sorry.
No, no, go, go, go.
No, also because like in Quebec, like they speak French and maybe they have like more the idea of French people, you know. Like maybe I
Yeah.
don't know what I'm talking about it, but
No,
yeah,
no, no,
like
no. You're
maybe they
you're
have
you're completely right.
like I don't
You're
know.
completely right. Like
Yeah, I know what
they
you mean
still
too.
they
Yeah,
inherited a little bit
totally.
of
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
the France, like France is I honestly have no idea what I'm talking about either. We have to get someone
yeah,
who's French on here. We have to get someone from France. Maybe that's the next episode.
yeah.
Yeah, well, that would be great. But I don't speak a
Bonjour.
word in French though,
That's the
so
only thing
Yeah,
I know.
exactly.
bonjour. Yeah. Well, that's it. Yeah. Well, it's interesting that you say that university is like easier to actually like be done with in Canada because in Germany I believe it has like this higher value, you know? Like if you graduated from university, you might like it might look better on your resume than the
Yeah,
college in Germany. Like we also have colleges, right? But yeah, I feel like maybe it's like maybe the view on it is like too, you know, old, but I feel like many people still think university is better than like the college.
it's different, right? Like
Yeah, in Spain
colleges,
also. It's sorry.
colleges like in Canada, like people value college and university close to the same. It's just college is more hands on and like real life scenarios, and university is like more theory and like obviously still real life scenarios, but like college is just more hands on and like do it right now, right? And co-ops and all of that. So
Which I like better personally because I think it's better to like on the one hand it's easier to connect the theoretical stuff with the practical stuff, right? Like you'll get it better in your head. And yeah, I don't know.
yeah,
It's
exactly.
just like more fun, I guess. But Emma, do you already know what you're gonna do like after school? Like did the exchange year
Yeah,
give you like any kind of perspective
yeah.
on
Like
what you want
not
more or
only that. Like
don't?
I'm right now. I'm doing the like I said before. I think like I'm doing high school. The 2 next years, I'm doing arts. So like things like volume that I'm doing with like sculptures, I'm painting, I'm doing a lot of stuff of art. So I hope that that gives me an idea. But like the things, the main things that I wanted to like be is like or tattoo artist. I would really like to do that, but like in another like I don't know, like some people say yes, some people say no, I don't know like about no, because some people say that
Well,
like
why not? Why
there's
not?
so many tattoo artists and that like I don't know, it's gonna be like difficult, but I don't really care. But another career that I wanted to do
Uh,
like it's like cooking, culinary arts or something like that, and I've been like
yeah, yeah.
seeing like universities that I saw, and they were good at that, and yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I like it. It's like more of the creative stuff, but I think it's nice. But you're right, like the competition is always pretty high. Like I guess nowadays like competition in like nearly every branch is pretty high, but like especially in like art things because you really gotta like be good at it at
Have
the
to
one
be,
hand, but you also
yeah.
like need people
Like it's
who
also like a lot of
are
competition in
creative,
like in
right? But you
cooking.
also
It's
like
like really a lot because you have to be the best if you want to have a lot of money or whatever. But yeah,
Yeah.
and also yeah,
yeah,
but
yeah.
that too because like there's a lot of people that is doing it like illegal right now. Like you don't have to have like a health thingy. Like I don't know how to say.
A
Like
permit.
there's yeah a permit or like
Oh
some people
yeah, yeah.
don't
I
even
know what
ask
you
their
mean.
parents and they're like minors like and they like imagine with 13 doing a tattoo and they
Mm,
let it in one place because they don't have the permit and they want to have money, and maybe
Yeah.
that's bad for your skin or whatever.
Yeah,
right,
and
yeah.
getting into like the working side of things, like as someone from Spain, when do you usually start like working and stuff like this? Like at
So
what
like
age?
here in Spain, people start working at 18 years old, but you can start working at 16. Like when you're 16, you can start working like maybe McDonald's, Starbucks, something like that. Like not anything like really important, but yeah, like but anybody works at 16 or 17. They usually work at 18 or something like that. Like
Yeah, and
here in Spain,
how about for Germany, Killian?
uh, yeah.
Um, I don't want to spread misinformation. I'm pretty sure it's the same with like
Yeah,
it's the same as in Spain though. Like I think you're allowed to work like like how do you say it? Like minor works like not like a big like full-time job, just like
part-time
a
jobs
few
and
hours
stuff.
per
Yeah,
week like from the age of 15. Right, yeah, from the age of 15 and 16. But I'm not quite sure. Like I know once you turn 18, you can basically do like anything, anywhere, because I know your job place is like restricted when it comes to like
Yeah,
your
I
age. Like
heard.
you cannot
No,
work
I
at a
heard.
bar
My
if
host
you're
sister,
16.
like she's from Germany, and she already has like a work. Like she started working like bartender, or like she told me something like that like months ago, and she was doing money. So I don't know. Like she's 17 now, but I don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Oh,
yeah.
really?
You.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, yeah,
Don't say
Uh,
the name of the bar though,
yeah, that's
because if
illegal.
the police
Is
sees
it
that,
illegal?
they're
Yeah.
gonna get
Oh my
raided.
god.
Yeah. Well, I think so, yeah, because you're
No,
handling
yeah.
liquors
she
and
told
That's
me
the
that she's
thing.
everything,
not
right?
handling
So,
like no. She's
but
like in a
yeah,
bar, but like more in the restaurant part, like not in the bar. Yeah, but like yeah,
Serving.
is that I don't
oh,
know how to
she's
say it. My
serving.
English
She's
is
like a
really
Very,
bad.
server,
very
right?
different.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, yeah. But
No, it's no problem. Yeah, okay. Serving. Well, yeah, I'm doing that too right now,
yeah,
actually.
yeah, I
So,
am.
and
And
I believe you do too,
to
Zach,
bring
right?
it back
Yeah,
to that last conversation, like
yeah,
people in Canada, we don't start working until like where I want to like say 14 or 15. It's when they start getting part-time jobs and like doing all of these things, right? And it's crazy because like in Germany when you're like, oh, 18 or 17 or
right.
whatever the age is, like I feel like because we're Canada or like close to the
Yeah.
states that we're very like capitalistic. It's like we're always thinking money, 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 right? It's like when
Oh, yeah.
we're like I'm one of those people. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
and
Well, I think it teaches you a lot, like especially if you do it like from a young age, because it changes like your perspective on money and like also on gratefulness, you know? Like if you're working hard for your money from like an early age, it shows you or it teaches you how to behave better, you're more responsible and everything. So I
Yeah, me
actually
too.
think it only has
I think
benefits, like working from a young age. Like, yeah, and I think like when I was 14, when I think back, or 15 even, like I was not able to work like a solid job, right? Like solid job, but you know what I mean. And I was like, I was angry about it, right? I wanted to work, but I just couldn't. Like, no one's gonna hire you if you're like under
yeah,
16. So
that's
yeah,
crazy.
it kind of sucked, but
And
mm,
like
yeah,
I used to be a swimmer, right?
yeah,
So I
I
didn't have much
think,
time to like have like a part-time job. And you know me, like I'm very entrepreneurial. So like started the clothing line and I started a bunch of like side work, right? And so I just tried to find ways like
yeah.
balancing my schedule. Um but yeah. Um
Well, it's good to have a full schedule though. Like, I believe it like it can be stressful, but I think it's like a
yeah,
yeah.
good
yeah,
kind
exactly.
of stress. You know what I mean? Like it kind of gives you this like
And it
it's like affirming you,
and when you have
like when you do something
like
that's
a set down
rewarding
schedule or
you.
like a job or something like that, it makes you feel more like what's the word?
You don't get lost, right? Like you you just always have
Like you're
something
an
to do.
adult and
Yeah,
you can like you have
Yeah, and it's like
freedom.
your own money also. Like you can do whatever with that money
right.
that
Yeah,
you want.
exactly. You can spend it, you can invest it, you can
Mm.
save it, you can put in your a vault, right? Like yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
Um
Yeah.
literally.
so in Canada,
Yeah.
the or in, you know, everywhere but Quebec, the legal drinking age is 19, right? And Quebec it's 18. All right, we're getting into this right now,
All right.
right?
Yeah.
So what are your
Yeah.
views on that? Like how are you happy that your drinking age and your bar age is what, 16?
No, for me it's 18. But like
Oh, for you
yeah.
it's 18?
Yeah, for me it's eight, like in Spain it's 18. I think in Germany it's 16, right?
Yeah, I believe like beer and wine and everything like
Percentage.
beneath this one like volume percentage. I believe it's like 20% or something. Um, yeah, you can buy it legally from the age of 16, and then like everything else is just like
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
age
are
18.
you're allowed to
So
get into bars? You're allowed to
yeah,
get into bars when you're
it's
16?
Oh my god, yeah, in Spain, yeah.
In Spain, yeah.
Yeah, like I can get
yeah,
like
well, yeah, like.
Yeah.
a lot of people just do it, right?
And people really don't care. Like in the bars, like in any bar, you can really enter in any bar without them asking for your ID or anything, because they don't care. It's
Yeah.
like almost like like since you are maybe 14 or something like that, if you look older, you can enter without any, like, yeah.
Oh,
And
14, man.
That's crazy.
When I was 14, I
That's
played with
crazy.
like Legos and stuff, yeah.
yeah.
No, but yeah,
No,
I
but
kind of
like,
get the vibe though, yeah. Like you can get into a bar when you're younger, but they might ask you for
and
your
then
maybe
when
ID
for
you're
a
in
if you order
club,
Canada,
something,
no.
but yeah,
Like maybe for a club,
depends
no.
where you
Like in a
are.
club, like I don't know how to say it. Like disco is club, right? I don't know how to say it. Okay, so like yeah, they ask you
Yeah.
in ID like for that, but for anything else, no. Like they don't usually ask you for it.
yeah.
But
And
yeah,
then compared to Canada, like when you're 19, like some people like that are 19 don't look 19, and like they get ID'd and refused when they are 19, right? Like it's crazy, right? Like if they look
Well,
young
that
and they're using
sucks.
an ID,
Yeah.
they're like, "Oh no,
Wow.
this ID has to be fake." Like there's no way. Like
yeah. Oh my
it's
god.
crazy. Yeah.
No way.
So,
That sucks. Yeah, but like when it comes to clubs, they're pretty strict here in Germany too. I don't know why, but they are gonna check your ID. Like even if you look like way older than 18, they're gonna check for your ID, and I don't
yeah.
really get it. But I guess it's just a
So in
legal thing,
Oh,
Germany, you
right?
have to be you have to
But
be 18
yeah.
to go to bars, but you can be like 16 to get alcohol.
Oh, you can enter a bar under 18,
Oh,
I
okay.
believe, like most of them at least, but well, you're
Yeah.
just not gonna
Yeah.
get like
Oh,
liquor or
so
anything,
do they
right?
have to
Just
like ID you
beer
every
or
single
yeah.
time you try and get alcohol? Or do they just ID you into the bar?
You well, I guess it's easier for them to just ID you like at the entrance, but I guess it depends, yeah. Like, but I would say like it's similar in Spain or like in entire
yeah.
Europe,
No, no,
it's not
no.
that
Yeah,
strict when it comes to alcohol. Like in Canada, no, yeah, yeah, like you know what I'm talking about, right? Like I
yeah.
know
Like
that
because
Spain they
here in
don't care
Spain
at
we
all,
have
so
like
yeah.
places.
But
We call them chinos. That is like places. I don't know, like that the Chinese they open, and there's like in Spain there's in every place there's like five of them. Like in every neighbor there's like five of them, and you can always buy them. Like because they only look for money. They don't care about your age or anything. So like you can buy, like if you buy 20 bottles of alcohol, they don't care. You can buy it, you know. But maybe they put
Yeah.
it in a more expensive price.
so they're like
Like they
Yeah,
dealers
that's
always
for
put it
cool.
in a
alcohol,
more
yeah.
expensive price than what it
Right.
is. Also,
Okay. Really like surprised me was in Canada how strict it is. Like it's literally like I remember I turned 19 in Canada, right? So I was able to buy some there, and I went into one of those liquor stores, and it's like a vault, right? Like you have to enter through like gates, and like there are cameras everywhere. You got security in there. You like gotta check
Yeah.
out in a certain way. Like you gotta walk a certain way.
And
You gotta
sometimes like,
ID
well,
like
I guess you weren't
what?
here
twice.
for like the whole.
Like
Yeah, like sometimes they ID you a bunch of times, right?
Oh my
yeah,
god!
Um, and it's crazy because Keelan, you came here when you were
yeah.
19, right? And like you could actually, oh, you were 18.
No, I was 18. I
Yeah,
was 18, and I turned
yeah. So like,
19. Yeah,
how
and
did you
then I went
feel
there. So
being able
yeah,
to like, so coming to Canada and
right.
not being able to get alcohol?
So I was
Yeah,
getting along with it quite
you're going to
well
school and all of that.
because
Yeah,
like it's always fun to have. Yeah, right. Like it's always fun to
yeah,
have, but like I'm not dependent on it, you know, like of course like at a party it shouldn't be like missing, but yeah. So but I was just surprised how strict it is. Like in Germany you can just go to the supermarket, you can get your bread, milk and eggs and then like two bottles of vodka,
you can,
whiskey. Like
is it at the
it's
grocery
literally like
stores?
at the checkout
Yeah,
they're gonna
you
put
Like
don't have.
just vodka
yeah,
at the grocery store.
like
Yeah, it's
That's
like
crazy.
where most people
yeah,
buy it. Like
yeah.
yeah,
We don't have liquor stores. Like you won't find a store where you're gonna buy only alcohol. Like you might find a you might yeah, yeah, in Spain it's the same, I think. Like you
Yeah.
might find like a wine
Yeah.
dealership, like which is like all fancy and everything, right? But like nothing like liquor stores or
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
what's the
we
Yeah.
name of
have.
it, like
Or
LCBO, right?
SEB in
Yeah,
Montreal, or SAB or
LCBO,
something like
right?
that. Yeah.
Government controlled and
Yeah.
everything. Like, wow. I felt scared when I went in there, even though I was 19. So yeah, I I guess that's the
Yeah.
strategy that
And
they're
it's
trying to
it's
like
crazy. Like,
fulfill.
so for the rest of
Just
Canada versus Quebec, like weed, there's like so many dealerships, like weed dealerships here, but then in Quebec, it's like all government controlled. Like, it's crazy how one like little border, and it's not even a border, can just change everything. You know what I mean? Like, we'll talk about all the Quebec
oh
stuff when
yeah,
we bring
yeah.
someone from Quebec on here. But yeah. So
I
Emma,
can, yeah.
how did you like the public transportation here
In Canada,
in Canada? Yeah.
it was much like it was like for the buses. It was a better there than in here because in Spain there it's like in where I live it's like really crazy. Like I cannot like I know the one from going to school and going back, but I don't like I'm going maybe to downtown and going back, but I don't know anything else. Like it's really crazy the things here.
Yeah,
But
it's
later,
pretty difficult, right?
hmm,
Is it, like, in your opinion, is it better or is it a lot worse than like Spain's, or is it just different, like confusing?
no, it's different because like they like in Canada you only have buses, but here in Spain we have one thing called I don't know how to say it in English because I think like it's only from Europe called metro. It's called metro like here. I don't know. It's like a train that goes it down of the ground and it
Yeah,
Like a
like
takes
a
subway, yeah.
subway, a
ah
subway.
yeah
Yeah,
subway yeah
Right.
and yeah we have that here like in every place so you can go downtown there and it's like really like it's better than buses because it just goes directly and it doesn't have like any traffic or anything so it's good that's
Mm.
yeah,
and yeah
Yeah.
but like
But you live in a pretty big city in Spain, right? Like
yeah
in Madrid, it's the capital, right? And even though it's like the capital, you say like the public
no
transport isn't
yeah it's good but like
good.
there's so many
So
buses
what
and
is
everything
happening
that
there?
and so many traffic so that
so yeah, there's
Oh,
too
all right.
much
So
public
there's
transport and
too
like
much
too
yeah
public
much
it's
traffic
transport.
like
and all of that.
All
yeah
right,
the
yeah.
traffic is crazy like it like when
Okay.
people go to work and when they come back to their houses like it's really crazy you can go like in the bus because you can be there like in 30 minutes when it like no, in normal circumstances it could be 10 minutes
Yeah.
it's horrible that but because I live more like near the
Yeah.
downtown
So it's
like
just like
maybe other
overwhelming,
person that lives like more
right?
far away doesn't have that experience but for me
Yeah.
it's better the subway yeah
And do a lot of people own like have cars and like drive
Right.
around in Madrid, or is it
yeah like
mostly public transportation?
no like the most of the people they have like a like in a family here in Spain most of the people have like two cars
Okay.
and yeah like my parents they have like two cars and later my sister has one car but it's like not like it's not like a real car it's like a thing called micro okay that like people from I don't know if Killian knows what it is like a micro
You mean like
no
yeah,
yeah
you
it's
mean
like a
like
car with only like
smaller
two
cars?
seats
Or what do you
and
mean?
it
Like the
can
small?
only go like to 50 kilometers per hour
Oh, the
yeah so
micro thing. Yeah.
yeah it's
I think I know.
electric
Is it
like
like
yeah
electric?
okay so it's
Yeah,
like
yeah, I
not
know this one.
really
Yeah.
like and you can only drive it from downtown like you cannot go in a highway with it because like no because it's only
Right.
yeah so
Yeah, it's too slow,
but not
right?
a lot of people have those
Yeah,
in Spain but
True.
yeah I don't know what was the
And
original question I just went from my
no, it's all
ideas.
good. It's all good. Is there any like Uber or like Lyft where you
Oh my
are?
god, no, the problem here is that like in I remember when I was in Canada, I used to take like a lot of Ubers because I was okay, because like sometimes I don't know. Okay, and they were all the time there, and it like it maybe the maximum time that they go to arrive is like 5 minutes. Here you have to wait for an Uber to so that it arrives to you like 20 minutes at least, and it's
Damn.
horrible. Like there's like not a lot of Ubers, and that
Oh,
like there's more taxis and that like
Yeah.
Ubers, but the taxis are so expensive here, like really expensive. It's
Hmm.
horrible. Like I don't know.
I also think like Uber's way more expensive in Europe in general. Like I paid like I didn't use Uber too much like when I was in Canada, but
Well, I don't
it's
know.
way
Like
cheaper in Canada
depends
than it is
because
here. So
sometimes in
sure.
Canada was like much
Mm.
expensive than in here. Because sometimes here it's can be like €7 when there
Mm.
can be like $15. You know, I don't know for the same.
Yeah, yeah.
Is it because
Yeah,
like
well, I
is
don't know.
gas that expensive there? Like to drive around and like to get places, is it like too expensive?
It
Like
gets
per
expensive.
liter or gallon, is it expensive?
Mm.
Like how much is it for a liter or a gallon in Germany?
All right. So we have this whole
Yeah,
Ukraine thing in Europe, right? And it really like made the gas
same here. Yeah,
prices like skyrocket. So I believe like if like half a year ago, like it's down a
Yeah,
bit
it was
right now, but
crazy. I
like half a year ago
remember.
or something, you were paying right, yeah, you were paying like over
Yeah.
two
that's
euros for a liter,
insane.
like 220, 220, 210. And well, I can just like look it up how much it is in like Canadian exactly, but I guess it's like maybe
That's
three
crazy.
something
I know. I
Canadian
remember we
dollars per
hit
liter.
two
Yeah.
dollars Canadian, which is like yeah, and there was like people
And there
like
was like
we can't
outrage,
afford this,
right?
we can't do this, we can't do this, which I mean is valid, but like
Right.
from like comparing to Germany, like that's insane. Like over $3. I don't
Yeah,
know.
it get bad. Like I really don't know
Well,
because
you just gotta
like
like,
here in Spain they are getting lower. Like they think of the gas. Like everybody's like now. I think like for example, my parents the two cars that we have they are electric, and my sister car is also electric. So I don't really know about this stuff, but yeah, like and to go to downtown here, you can only go with electric cars. Like almost I don't know. It's like weird stuff. I really don't know a lot about it. But, um,
I believe you just gotta like um see like the sheer difference in like the size of the cars because our
Yeah.
gas prices might be like a bit higher, right? But look at your American cars in Canada. Like they're like they're consuming so much more fuel and stuff,
yeah,
right?
they're
They have so
like
like way
they're
bigger
super
engines and
big. I don't
everything. So
understand.
like on the right.
I
Well, yeah, well, you know it the best, like Spain and Germany, we have like rather small cars, right? You're gonna pay a bit more per
yeah.
liter, but
Yeah.
you're also like consuming
I
less,
remember
right?
I remember we were walking down my
So I
street the
guess
one day
it
from
kind of adds
school
up.
and we were going to my house and you were like, "Oh my gosh, look at that truck, man." I'm like, "What about it?" And he's like, "It's
Yeah,
huge. Like look at that thing."
just ju just the regular RAM.
I don't know. It was like super big. I don't understand. I really don't understand why they have to make them so big. Like it's because of the snow or what?
The point where
What, sorry?
Like
I guess they just have the space there. Like
yeah,
it's just so much
I
bigger
can
there,
notice
everything.
also that
They
like
have a
here in
lot of
Spain, like
space.
everything is more like like more everything is more. I don't know how to say.
Compact?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
like there in
Like
Canada, there's more
compressed,
space
yeah,
between
yeah.
houses, maybe or things like that. You know,
Yeah, and
I
that's
don't know.
that's another thing that we can compare to the States as well. So like you see like on either side of my house, I probably have like 4 feet of room, right? Or maybe more, maybe four. Yeah,
Right.
which like this way, right?
Which is
And then in the
crazy.
States, it's like double or triple even, right? Like my father's house, like I mean, he
Yeah.
lives kind of in the country, but he like probably 15, 30 feet
It's
to
like,
the
yeah,
other yard even. Like it's crazy. Cuz like they in
yeah,
America
yeah,
they want to drive,
yeah,
I guess. And they rather have bigger properties and drive a lot further, while can't like Canada like their cities are more compressed, I guess, and higher. But
yeah. Well, I already thought that Canada was like a huge difference. So like I remember when I drove like from the airport to the city, right? Like it was like a 1 hour drive. Rather big highway, I guess, like three, four, 5 lanes. I don't know. I don't know what's big in Canada, right? But and I was looking at all those cars and it was just crazy. It was like going like in between
Yeah,
like skyscrapers, or driving in between skyscrapers. So huge trucks everywhere. You're gonna see them like you might see them like on a construction site in Germany, but like no one's driving a thing like that because you literally you're not you won't like reach your how you say it, like your destination, right? It's just too small.
yeah,
Everything.
it's
The
true.
streets are too narrow, the parking gaps are too small. Yeah, it's the same as in Spain, I think. Like you just don't have the space.
Because people need them to go like through like weird stuff, like because they have like weird qualities or whatever. I don't know. But Zach, I remember your truck, and it was like the ones that, like, my uncle, for example, has one of those trucks, but he uses it like for the little town, like for the village. I don't know how to say, but he used it for the camp stuff, and I don't know, like that stuff. But you cannot find those in the, like, in
in the
Madrid,
Yeah.
for
city,
example. Yeah,
yeah.
like, because it's really difficult to drive them here.
Thing that really blew my mind was when you literally, well, I was staring at this, how do you say, like the middle console
Yeah,
thing,
yeah,
like
yeah.
in between the two seats, like the drivers and the passenger seats. And apparently you were able to put it up so that it
Yeah.
has like the seat rest, right? And you create like a third seat, like you have three
Yeah.
seats in the front. What the hell?
Like I was like, okay, okay, Max, get in the front, and Keelan, come as well. And you're like, what? We can't fit three
Yeah.
I
people
was
in the
like,
front. I'm like,
yeah,
Wait.
that's doesn't work out, bro. Like the police might just pull us over, but then he just put
yeah,
up the bed, like this seating, right? And it
yeah, I
just,
know.
what the hell? It wasn't even small.
I think when I
Crazy,
come
yeah.
there this summer and I stay with you guys, I think I'll be seeing a lot of different cultures and like different roads and like just a bunch of different stuff, right? And I'll obviously
Yeah.
record it and post it, but just share my experiences and like see what's going on.
Should do like the live podcast thing where we all meet up like at a table and we like set up a
Yeah.
camera that we are all in there, like in the frame, right? That would be
We can
great.
have the camera, at a little bench or whatever in a park or wherever you guys are downtown or whatever.
I'm down, yeah. Well, but Emma, like in conclusion, Emma, so what do you think that the exchange you like give you? Like, what are the advantages that, or like, what are the experiences that you did not have before you went there? And like, just give us an overview, like a last
So
overview,
give me
so
a
that we
lot of
can conclude this
experiences.
stuff.
Like, for example, for the speaking, like when I came there, I haven't, like, I knew two words maybe of English. Okay, I didn't have, like, I had like a really bad level of English, like worse than now. Okay, and I have a really bad English, and
No, you're
later
good.
also
You're good.
like.
Don't worry.
It's fine. We're on a podcast literally right now.
Oh my
We're
gosh, it's
talking
been
like for
40
40
minutes,
minutes
man.
and it's all good.
Yeah, I
So
can't
That's
see that
crazy.
well. I don't
All
know.
right, Emma, continue,
yeah,
continue.
And
it's
later,
crazy
like,
how
also
time
like,
flies. Yeah.
for the social part, I think like it has been like really good for me, because like right now I'm in a new school, and because of the experiences that I have in Canada, I learned how to do friends like much easier than like before. And yeah, it has been like a really good experience, and like learning how to be with Germans, with Italians, with other Spanish, with Canadian people, that we all have like different thoughts. Like, it has been really good, I think.
And especially like making friends in a different
Is
language that
that
you don't know is probably so difficult compared to just making
Yeah,
friends in your own language and being comfortable, right? Because you don't have to
yeah, it's
think
true.
about all the words that you're saying.
Yeah,
Right?
it's true. It's true.
But like you think that it was a
totally?
good experience
Yeah.
coming to Canada and
Yeah.
you
Oh
enjoyed it?
my
Yeah.
god. Yeah, one of the best experiences of my life. I think it's gonna be.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah. So how was like thinking back, like back to Canada? How is it for you right now? Like, I know like for me, it wasn't that easy to like get back into my everyday life. And now it's kind of like okay, but like
Yeah,
there are
to me
certain
too.
moments where it just hits, you know, like you
Yeah,
listen to a
today
certain
happened to
song
me.
or
I
whatever,
listened the
right?
one of
You
"Take
listen
Me
to a
Back"
song
to
or
the day
something,
we met, and I was like, "Oh my god!" Like I remember so much stuff. I don't know.
Or
oh, yeah.
boombastic, man.
Oh yeah, like that was fire. And also literally Flashing Lights by Kanye West. I don't know why, but this song just makes me like
Yeah. Yeah.
literally be in Canada. And yeah, well, it's still kind of sad
Yeah,
sometimes,
Well,
but
you're welcome
yeah,
back whenever, man.
it
You
was a good
know,
experience,
you
I
can
think.
stay here anytime.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, your mom already
Oh
told
yeah.
me a lot of
Yeah,
times, so
guys.
yeah.
Thank you so much for
Well, yeah.
joining us, Emma, and thanks for joining halfway around the world. And I'll see you guys soon. Alrighty.
see you too.
Yeah, it was great to have you here.
Bye.